My name is Rachel Badgema. I'm a medical illustrator, medical animator, and I studied biology and fine arts as an undergraduate student. Came through and did a Master's of Science in Biomedical Visualization at the University of Illinois at Chicago, and now I'm a board certified medical illustrator. So I've been working for DK Global for about 14 years, most of that time as a contractor in different capacities. So really my role has changed over the years as the company's grown. And currently I'm working as a creative director, consulting on the medical animation process, on all of our medical visuals and storytelling related to that. That's the basis for everything we do. We really start with that as the only way to tell the accurate story. So we're doing research from even the time when we are working with the client to put in the initial bid, to put in the initial scope together. So we want to understand exactly what happened, and then looking to the images to help us visualize all those injuries, any process of change over time, that type of thing. So again, going back to telling the story, which is just such a big theme here in everything that we do. So we're really looking at all the accuracy of those reports. There are a lot of different ways to do a surgery. I mean, I rarely see, even on the most common surgeries, that things will be exactly the same for any individual patient, down to, you know, if it's a spinal reconstruction, what nerves are involved. We can tell a lot, again, from that medical imagery that really makes it unique to each patient case. So we're often building the anatomy backwards based on what the imagery looks like, to show in detail what the injury is, what we can tell about it, and then working from that, using, again, the op reports to tell the story in a way that's going to be different for every case. I mean, most of it's going to be the level of detail. Surgery is so personal. We start with the recon often. If there's a recon case involved, telling the big story picture, right? Looking at the environment, looking at the actual ABC of what led up to the surgery. The surgery that gets a lot of times really individual to tell that patient's story. It's a little different for every client. Every client's going to have a different process that they're comfortable with. So I'm involved differently for every case, and a lot of times it depends on the scope, or it depends on the nature of the case. But if it's a case where there's a lot of client involvement, or there's an expert who has a lot of feedback, or if the expert is available, oftentimes we'll get the surgeon who performed the surgery in the op report, and I'll have an opportunity to ask somebody who's worked with the patient directly any questions or details that we still have on the team about, you know, just some of the minutiae of a case. Yes, we're always really looking for pegging our accuracy as closely as we can. We're trying to show only what we know and not more than we can guess, than we can reasonably say. You know, we're looking to not exaggerate an injury, not exaggerate malpractice or a situation. We want to know exactly what happened and show that to the best of our abilities. At the storyboard phase, we're looking at those visuals, making sure we can see enough information in each frame, that the relevant anatomy is being represented, that there's not too much going on, that we're not over-showing, or that the camera isn't looking at something that's not relevant. We're also looking to make sure that we're illustrating the scope accurately, that we're including all the relevant details. If there is imagery that we've already processed, if there are things we know about the particular patient, that we're representing those just from day one in that storyboard. At draft, we're really looking to refine that story. So thinking about how things are put together, making sure that the order of things is correct, making sure that the camera is moving in a way that's helpful. Again, really editing the frame so that we're really focused in on that relevant information on each piece. Oh, I love how every day is different. I love getting into the cases and really digging into the facts, and the work is really personalized and feels personal. I really enjoy the process of going through the production pipeline for each job and helping to figure out how can we make it a little better? How can we include things that are really relevant to each case and make it, you know, again, individualized and personal.